think a lot of what quote teaching is reminding us of the things we already know. And the thing that we all know that I want to just share is the power of language and what that can mean. We're here in part because of ideas, the power of ideas and the power of language. So, we've all been impacted by language. And one of the things I mention in class a lot is, say you're walking down Church Street and you have a new pair of shoes on, somebody says, boy, I really like those shoes. Or as we used to say when I was your age, when bad meant good. Sometimes somebody said, boy, like those some bad Converse you wear. And you say, wow, okay, so that's obviously a positive way, it's a compliment. Now, the flip side, as we know, is that sometimes people can say things that aren't as pleasant. Maybe someone, young women, guys will harass you sometimes and say things that just aren't that they should not say. And it gets worse. So we've got at least two sides. But anyway, what I'm saying is that it impacts you. So language is powerful, compliment, insult, those sorts of things. Now, of course, as an English teacher, my tools, if I were a carpenter, I'd be using like levelers and saws and hammers and all that. But language is what I use, is what we all use to convey things or to speak, what we're feeling. And so I was thinking about something a teacher told me. I went to college about 50 miles east of here, Goddard College, and I tell you, it can be a challenge being a person of color here now. In the 70s, I started college in the 70s, and it still happens. You walk in the store and everybody just all the heads turned at the same time. Anybody been to Barry? You ever been to Barry, Vermont? I was walking down Main Street. This is 1974. And I'm from Washington, D.C., okay? So I'm walking, and from a big city, if somebody followed you a couple blocks, you start to wonder, because we hear more muggings and stuff. So this woman's following me 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, and I'm thinking. So I turned around and just stopped. This is language again. I said, good afternoon, how are you? Everything okay? And she said, I'm sorry. I've never seen a colored person up close before. Now, it's funny, but see, it's, and I just said, I was 18, I'm thinking, and I'm not quite as, sometimes I would say things I shouldn't say. But there are 2 points here. This is, how did I feel as a result of saying this? But my point is, and then you can see when you stick out to some people and people have specific ideas about you, as you were saying, people don't get to know you and all they know is what they see on television or, because this woman said, I'm sorry, only black people I ever saw on television. So that meant, like, if you didn't play in the NBA or that was about it, man. Or you were on some TV, some sitcom, that was it. And I thought, yeah, and I just, my eye just froze. So, but she was using what I'm talking language in a way to describe what she felt, and so did I. But I won't go into that part. But I want you to think about that as it relates to, certainly your lives every day. But at first, I thought I was going to ask you to just kind of reflect on, and you feel free to do this if you want to think about how you feel after last week, or just how you feel in general. And so what I'd like to do, well, I have a couple. First thing, I have a request. Are you feeling courageous? Okay. We have one of our friends wrote this beautiful essay. You don't want to read? Would you give me permission to read it? I don't want to read it. Do you want it read? Or no? Hang on. Good morning.